All right, y'all. So we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Visionary Conversations with Shanna. I say this every show, but the truth is, all of my guests are just amazing. Everyone brings so much value. I'm forever grateful to be connected with them. And today's guest, um, Lady Tiffany Nicole is no exception whatsoever. So make sure y'all share this video. She's going to be dropping some amazing tips and gems for entrepreneurs and how to essentially just navigate entrepreneurship and your faith. All right. So tune in, share the video. We are live with Visionary Conversations with Shayna. Let's take a look at this brief video. See if I can bring it up here. And we shall return momentarily, okay? All right, y'all. Welcome back to Visionary Conversations with Shayna. As y'all see, we have the amazing lady Tiffany Nicole with us today. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm so honored and blessed to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us. So why don't you introduce yourself to the Visionary Conversations with Shayna audience?
Awesome. Well, hey guys. Hey, I am your girl, your homie, your sister from around the way, Lady Tiffany Nicole, and I am God's kingdom media personality. I am a woman of faith. I'm a woman that loves God and loves people, and I just so happen to be called to do what I do for Him. I am the owner of Power Influence Radio, using the power of radio to make a kingdom influence around the globe. I am the first African American woman to own an internet radio station based in three major markets: Dallas, Houston, and Atlanta. I'm also the owner of the Virtuous Hour Media and Marketing LLC, kingdom marketing done in a kingdom way to produce kingdom results. I do social media marketing, I do consultations, and just help small business owners market the brand, sponsorships, radio commercials, create radio commercials, audio commercials. I do a lot. I'm a minister of the gospel, ordained minister. I'm an author, seven-time best-selling author. I am an international speaker. I've spoken on many stages. But most importantly, I'm just a woman that loves God and loves His people. And I allow my light to shine before men so that they can glorify my Father in heaven. So that's what I mean by a kingdom media personality. I also have a podcast now, and collaborating and supportive of the historic New Black Wall Street Market here in Atlanta, Georgia. So on New Black Wall Street Market Radio, I have a Walk by Faith podcast, which is the inspiration of entrepreneurship, where I talk with business owners about their faith journey, becoming, growing, and giving birth to their business, and how all of that works in this season. So that's who I am. That's what I do. Just a child of God.
Wow, I love it. A phenomenal woman. I'm
you. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And so probably about so my guest on the 2 o'clock show, we actually met once in person. But I would say at least probably 70% of the guests on this show and the previous show as well, I have never ever met them in person. And a large
Wow.
percentage of them, we've actually never had an actual conversation until today. So I'm deeply honored to connect with you, Lady Tiffany
Oh,
Nicole.
wow.
I'm definitely going to be checking you out some more.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, it's an honor. I love when God does what he does. When when he makes the connection. That's what a faith walk is all about, just trusting God and allowing him to open the doors. And I do consider this an open door. I don't take it lightly for us to have this conversation. And who knows what God will do with the connection from this point forward.
Absolutely. The power, I speak of it often, but absolutely the power of divine connections. And you're right, it is open door
Mm.
season, y'all. You just got to be ready to receive it. That message ain't just for Shayna, okay? So if you're tuning in today or you're catching a replay, hopefully you receive that on this good Friday today. Um, let's start here. Lady Tiffany Nicole, what does it mean to be a kingdom influencer?
Wow. Um, I get that question often because people don't understand the kingdom. We have church, and there are several denominations of church. And we get that. We was raised in the church to go to church. And to have a relationship with God. What kingdom for me means is outside of the four walls of the church, making him known. I have my shirt on today that is chosen, and it's John. It's in chapter John, but Matthew says many are called, few are chosen. And so being chosen means I'm kingdom. I don't just do things in church. God needs people in every aspect of business. There is a theological term called the seven mountains of influence. And what the seven mountains of influence is: government, family, religion, arts and entertainment,
Mhm.
political. There are seven mountains. And so God needs someone to represent him in every aspect of business, of influence that's around the world. The enemy is running rapid everywhere. There is demonic presence everywhere. So
Mhm.
God needs someone to combat that. So what I mean by the kingdom is I represent him. I do what he calls me to do, where and when he calls me to do. And being kingdom means there's sometimes that I'm not always at church functions. I'll be at the BET Awards, on the
Mhm.
red carpet. I've been to Trap Music Museum a couple of times doing media. I was just at a Def Jam opportunity, and I was there. I know who I am and whose I am, but I have to go into other realms that is not quote unquote church, you know. And I think my journey in becoming who I am and what he has called me to be has equipped me for that. Listen, when I was out of them streets, I was out of them streets. You could beat me. Listen, if the club closed at 2, I was there at 2:20. They had to cut the lights out. Tiffany, get
Okay.
off the dance floor. You've got to go. Last call for alcohol was one. I was still at the bar at 1:15 because listen, I got to get it. So those personalities, the fun part of me, the lively part of me, he's tweaked it a bit and was like, I could use that. I need you with that personality, how you love people, how you
Mhm.
love to have a good time, how you love to be out in these streets. I need you on this side for me. So
Mm.
that's what kingdoms mean. I'm still the same Tiffany. I can still get it in, but I just don't do it the way that I used to do it. I'm still me. And so being kingdom means I'm unapologetically me for him in this season. And he can trust me in those doors. He knows I'm not going to backslide. He knows I'm not going to take 4, 5 shots anymore. I don't even have the ability to do it anymore. He's taking that away from me.
Mhm.
I'm not going to slip and fall. I'm able to go in chameleon style and be who I am, get along with everybody, and bring 2 or 3 out with me. That's what I mean by kingdom.
I love it. I love it. Wow, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Visionary Conversations with Shayna. Our amazing guest today is Lady Tiffany Nicole. And so Tiffany and I were connected actually via my visionary sponsor, Swag Her Magazine.
Yes.
So shout out to Swag Her Magazine for
Hey,
connecting us. Yes. And a matter of fact, since I mentioned them, let's take a look at briefly at this promo video by Swag Her, and then we'll be back. Drop your comments. I'm trying to keep up on my phone here. Drop your comments or questions, that is, questions and comments. Drop it in the chat if you have any questions today for Lady Tiffany Nicole. Definitely want to be able to ask her your question. All right, so look, take a look at this and we shall return.
Swag Her Magazine is an empowerment and lifestyle publication for Black women who like to be real with themselves and in business. The magazine also offers public relations services and visibility coaching for Black women led businesses, coaches, authors, and girl bosses so that they receive more exposure and grow their brands. To learn more about Swag Her Magazine, please visit www.swagher.net. That's www.swagher.net. Check our swag. We're more than a mag.
Thank you once again, Swag Her Magazine. All right, let's shift gears briefly, Lady Tiffany Nicole. So we hear often, get the bag, right? And certainly, as business
Mhm.
owners, in order to be sustainable, right, you have to have a profitable business. It's no other way around it, right? For business, for just a life, right? You're going to have some profit in your business. But how can entrepreneurs balance the pursuit of profit with making a difference in the kingdom?
Wow, that's a very good question. Um, my media marketing company, the Virtuous Hour Media and Marketing LLC, my mission is big brand marketing on a small business budget, and my mission is my motives are kingdom marketing done in a kingdom way to produce kingdom results. And so, yes, we must be profitable because we have to live. We have bills to pay, and some of us we have employees to pay as well because we are responsible for other households. But when it comes to profitability, we have to use wisdom in the price mark. I cater to small businesses. So with my small business market and who I market to, I understand that the price of my services can't be $1 million. Small businesses don't have a marketing budget of $1 million. So when you know who your market is, who your target market is, you can price your services that way. You also shouldn't minimize the fact that you are providing a service as well as a ministry. If you look at why you're doing what you're doing, who you're doing it for, your why. If it's to be a blessing, every time I do a consultation with my client, I ask them questions. What is your budget? You may be able to provide services. You may not be able to provide the high end services, but there is something that you should be able to provide within their budget to still provide a service for them, gain their business, and build up on that. Money is important. A profit is important. The Bible talks about the talents and what we do with the talents, and the person that buried them and did not multiply them. That was a problem in that parable. So we must be able to use wisdom, provide service, and keep your heart in business. Don't get caught up in greed. There's a difference. The spirit of greed can run rampant. And if you're greedy, you miss an opportunity to serve and be a blessing. There are some opportunities that are available for you that if you do them with the right heart in mind and to provide the service um, in excellence, do the service. It may not be about the money, but it may be about the person you're providing the service for. I'll give you a prime example. The video that you just saw for Swag Her Magazine, my company produced that. That's my voice on that video.
I
And I
didn't
provide
know.
Listen, oh God. But when I did the service, between us, I provided the service. And in providing the service, they provided me PR. It wasn't a penny made. But that video is traveling and
Yep.
traveling and traveling. And your gift makes room for you and bring you before great people. So my work that my company did as a seed sown into Swagger has opened doors and has allowed a conversation. Man, that's a good video. Who did that for you? Man, one of our clients did it. So you got to use wisdom. You got to be obedient. You got to provide the service, but you also have to have a good heart. And having a good heart, sowing seeds, which isn't necessarily profitable, but sowing seeds in the good ground can provide a harvest that you could
Mhm.
never imagine by just getting that $1,000 or $2,000 for that one service.
Absolutely. Woo. You're saying something today. Oh my gosh. So I'm taking notes over here. Let's see. And I did not know that about the video. So yes, and of course, every show I share it, and we've also shared it at events that I've done virtual. We had my anniversary conference last month in February. I'm going to broadcast it again next month at an upcoming summit. So now I can say I know the voice in that video. I have virtually met her. And hopefully, now, what city are you physically in, or what area are you currently
I'm
in?
in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I'm in
Oh,
Atlanta,
okay.
Georgia.
So yeah, we're gonna have to connect in person some point soon.
Absolutely. You're
So I split my time currently between the A and Charlotte mostly now.
yeah, just like I think there's another lady by the name of Lily Mae. She does the same. So
Yeah,
absolutely,
I
definitely, we got to catch a
met
brunch.
Lily
You
May.
know what we do.
Yeah, I know Lily May. That is, I apologize, Lily May. I know Lily May very well. One of the first people I connected with in Atlanta, so some years
Wow.
ago. So there we go. I love it. Connected with some amazing, amazing, like-minded people. Now you mentioned something. I wrote this down. Don't get caught up in greed. I'm not even going to go and telling my
Mm,
stories, business partners and others I've encountered over my journey of starting when I started my first business, my mental health company, and the greed, right? They just saw the money, right? But this
mhm.
business for me is, yes, it has to be profitable, but it's more than about money. So what advice will you give to entrepreneurs who perhaps it's not necessarily, the entrepreneur themselves, but they're connected with a business partner, or maybe, as a family member in their ear, or someone
Mm.
else, that all they're focused on is, okay, we're going to get this money any means necessary. That means if, hey, we may not, exhibit integrity. We may not do the things the right way. We may cause harm to someone else, right? But it's any means necessary. We're going to get the bag. What advice would you share with that entrepreneur?
That's a good question. I actually have some good friends that are facing
Mhm.
that right now in their business where they're friends and they started this journey, but their motives, integrity, their character, their values are not on the same level.
Mhm.
Your foundation is very important. Your foundation is very important. Your why is very important, who you do it for. Character and integrity, not just in the kingdom but in the world. When money gets involved, the enemy has a field day with that. And so my suggestion is to pray and go with your guts. I'm a tithe payer. So who I do business with. And in order for my business to be blessed, we're going to pay tithes out of the business. If I can't be with a business partner that don't understand that I believe in the blessing on the tithe and I pay my tithes out of business because I believe in kingdom principles financially to bless our business supernaturally, then we cannot do business because there's going to be a conflict. The Bible says, and I'm sorry, I don't want to get preachy, but the Bible does say, how can two walk together unless they agree? You have to be able to agree with your business partner. You have to be able to come to common ground, and you have to be able to deal with different conflict spirits and things of that nature. Getting the bag is important, but if you get it the wrong way, It's going to come back and bite you later on down the line. You've got to have good character. You've got to have good integrity. You might have to let some clients go
Mm-hmm.
because you can't see eye to eye. Consultations are very important.
Yep.
You need to be able to communicate. If you can't provide a service for somebody, don't be greedy and try to get it because, and then you mess it up and you fumble the bag. You've gotten the money, but they're not satisfied with their product. You didn't follow through. You couldn't provide. And then the word of mouth, they're not even able to get you more business because their experience with you and the complaints that follow is going to mess up. We've got to use wisdom and we got to have integrity. And if you can't walk with your business partner, then you need to cut your losses before it gets worse than what it is, before you get to your millions. Cut them while you're at the thousands.
Yep.
And whatever you have to do to give them that, have peace of mind. You need to have peace in business because if
Yep.
you're fighting now, if you're bickering now, you're in disagreement now. Well, God bless you with that government contract or to get you to the White House or in front of Oprah, it's gonna be worse then.
Yep.
So count your losses now. If there was a contract and you might have to give them some money to buy them out,
Mm-hmm.
listen, that amount of money that you need to pay now to buy them out of the contract at this season is far less than what you're going to gain moving forward with peace and harmony with your character, integrity, and values. Pray about it.
Yep.
But if it's not sitting right with you in your heart, in your spirit, you're building a legacy. Can you continue to build with that person? Count your losses now.
Yep.
This is just the beginning. There's going to be several changes that you'll need to make in your business moving forward. Being a CEO means you make tough decisions,
Yep.
and it ain't easy.
Mm-hmm.
I love people. I love relationships. I value relationships. And even before these open doors in 2023, there are some tough calls I've had to make because I've agreed to something and try them out. Never discount the ability of a 90-day tryout. Do memorandums of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Try
Mm-hmm.
things out.
Yep.
There's so much wisdom in the Bible about relationships and business, and people won't just pick it up.
Yep.
The Bible says, don't awaken love before it's time.
Mm.
That's not just about relationships with the opposite sex and dating. It's about business too, because I can't do business with somebody I don't love.
Nope.
I
Nope.
gotta love you in business. I gotta be down for you in business. I gotta have your back and you gotta have my back. So don't open Pandora's box in business and get so far down and run and get excited before it's time.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes says God makes everything beautiful in its time. Take your time. Don't rush. Figure some things out. Get a 90-day memorandum of understanding in place before you sign major contracts.
Mm.
Discernment. Try spirits by spirits.
Yep.
Just because they got good skills don't mean they got good heart.
Nope.
We got to do better because businesses are faulting and you're wondering why you can't move. You know this and you know that. If there's a thorn in your side, if there's someone connected that can't go, seasons come and seasons go.
Yep.
It's often said you can't go further because there's someone that's not supposed to go with you to your next season. Man, make tough decisions. Cut, release, and move forward to your blessing.
Whoa. Woo. Let's see. Joan. Joan wrote my sentiment as well. She said, "You preaching now," and certainly you are. You're right. It's not Sunday morning, y'all, but it is a good Friday, right? But every day, right? Every day is a great day to hear an amazing word. Thank you so much, Joan, for tuning in. Um, Oh, wow. Peace and harmony. When I was going through the dark season of my business and still was, had some people in the business that weren't aligned with not even just my vision for the business, but weren't aligned with the person that I am, right? The person that Shayna A.
Mhm.
Jefferson is, right? The integrity. Like when oftentimes when people speak, say, of my father and his twin brother, one of the first things that they say is integrity, right?
Mhm.
They're men that exude integrity. And throughout my life, that has always been one of the key things for Shayna: integrity. I'm always and forever going to be a woman of integrity. And so if you come into any aspect of my life, as you're saying, right, my personal life, my business life, and you don't exhibit integrity, I got to cut the cord. And sometimes, and honestly, I'll admit that hasn't always been easy, right? Try to, I won't go into all of it, but it hasn't always been easy, okay? And probably some of y'all listening to me today, it has not, and maybe you're going through it now. It is not easy, but that's why it's more reason for you to be connected with like-minded individuals such as Lady Tiffany Nicole, and also do some of the things that she said, right? You got to pray. Pray about your life. Pray over your life and your business every day. Having discernment. You mentioned being obedient, right? Obedience is greater than sacrifice. And
Yes.
once I continuously did those things, because also sometimes you got to go through it to get to it, right? So when I was going through that dark season and experiencing that burnout, I actually wrote about it in my last book, From Burnout to Breakthrough. It was that burnout
Yes.
that led to my oh my gosh, some of my greatest blessings. So Lady Tiffany Nicole, she's not sitting up here just telling y'all this just because. I'm telling you, this is my first time connecting with her. I am a living testimony, right? I can definitely testify to the power, y'all, okay, of being obedient, of staying prayed up, of cutting those cords. And y'all, the blessings will certainly flow. But more important than that as well, you'll be able to sleep every night. Now, literally, I sleep 7 hours every night, right? But I'm talking about peacefully, right? Knowing you can go to sleep,
Listen,
wake up, and not have this extraness, connected to your life or to your business is one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself, not just for the now, but for the long term as well.
listen, there is sleep and then there's rest.
Mm,
There's sleep and then there's rest. And it took me a very long time to learn
mm,
the difference between sleep and rest. We can't rest on the promises of God
mhm,
if we're busy.
mhm.
Rest is not always doing nothing. Sometimes resting is trusting
Mm. Right,
that
right.
you've done what you were supposed to do in the situation
Yeah,
and let God be God.
yeah.
And people don't rest. People
Mhm,
are always trying to, like we said, get the bag, make things happen, make great happen. We're only supposed to be obedient. We're only there's a limit to where we stop and where God starts.
mm,
And if we don't get out of the driver's seat, we don't even need to be in the passenger seat. Let's just get in the back seat and let God be our Uber or Lyft sometime.
okay.
And rest and get to the destination. Do what you do. Say, God, you know what? Here's the keys.
Mm,
Where we going? And just be ready to show up when he gets you there. We can't rest in that because we as human beings have some control. Now, faith without works is dead. There is some works you have to do. Absolutely. But you know when you've crossed over the works into the control. We
mhm,
all know
mhm,
because we get that feeling. We get razzle dazzled. We get burdened. We got too much on our plate. We can't even take a nap, let alone sleep.
mm,
So there's things that we as human beings, as a kingdom entrepreneur, bring a kingdom influence, doing what we do for God to
mhm,
receive his blessings. We have to understand where the work stop and he begin because we become control freaks and we can't do that. And you'll know because you'll feel it. And if
mhm.
you ignore that feeling and keep going, oh, he's a God that knows how to chastise you and sit you smooth down and humble yourself.
Yep.
And I wouldn't want to get to that point. But he loves us enough to be like, no. I heard something. I was honored to be with Dr. Cindy Trim. I'm
Mm,
doing media at the Unstoppable Women's Empowerment a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And listen, y'all, God opened that door. That was a whole miracle. Email, I didn't even know they knew my radio station, who I was, or what. But what I experienced was right on time for me and what God had in store for me. He put me in a room.
Mm.
And Mickey Taylor of Essence Magazine, that woman's a preacher, by the way. Don't nobody know it. She's in fashion and doing all this. Baby, she got a whole word in her belly. She said he would be an unfair father to take you to your next season, to the next level, and not equip you for it.
Mm.
He would be an unfair God
Yeah.
to take you to your next level, your next season that he has prepared for you and not equip you for it.
Wow.
So trust the delays. Don't be forcing doors open. Whenever there's a down season, whenever there's a pause, whenever there's a delay, whenever there's a time that you don't hear his voice, he's spoken. He told you where you're going. But sometimes he's preparing the way for you. Sometimes he's preparing you for it.
Right. Right.
Trust his delays. Delay is not denial,
Nope.
but stay consistent, stay prayerful, be obedient. But don't be trying to force doors open and get somewhere in your controlling self. And then you get there and you fumble. Man, that's not God. He loves you too much to embarrass himself. You're carrying his word. His word is on the line. So if
Yep.
it ain't time, it ain't time. Learn your lesson. Get prepared. Get groomed.
Mm.
Shed some folks off.
Mm.
Let some business partners go.
Yep.
Pivot. Make
Yep.
an adjustment. Revisit the vision. Pray over it. Ask questions. I'm doing all that right now. There's a lot hanging in the balance for me in this season, but he's still yet opening doors. So my only responsibility is to show up in my authentic self
Mm.
and be who he's called me to be until what's pending and hanging in the balance comes to fruition because he said it. And he's not a God that he should lie. Nor the son of man that he should repent.
Mm.
So I stay the course, stay in position,
Stay
and
in
be
position.
ready.
Mm. I love it. That's great. I think oh wow, that's one of the principles in one of my books. Stay in position and be ready.
Mm, come
Wow, we
on,
can go
God.
on and on and on, y'all. I hope y'all were taking notes, y'all. Okay. Lady Tiffany Nicole has been dropping. I couldn't even keep up. So I'm definitely going to watch the replay myself. If
My
you
God.
this episode, go back and catch the replay, drop replay in the comments once you do that. We just have a minute or so left, Lady Tiffany Nicole. What closing thoughts would you like to share with the visionary conversations with Shayna audience, and also let us know or let the audience know how they can connect with you?
Absolutely. Oh, let me tell you. First of all, don't take being a visionary lightly. You are carrying something. Our Heavenly Father trusted you. Yes, you may have some flaws. Yes, you may have some shortcomings. And yes, the vision that He's given you and what He's told you to do may be bigger than where you are right now. But like I said before, he would never be he'd be an unfair father to get you somewhere and not equip you forward. Don't take who you are and what He's given you as a visionary lightly. There's a vision. There's something that you see. Your business partner may not see it all. They may be a part of it, but they don't see it. Your employees don't see it all. You have been favored and chosen by God to see the beginning to the end of it and where you're going. Don't take that lightly. Don't take what God has trusted you with in that vision lightly. It's your responsibility to protect it. It is a heavy responsibility, but you're very well able to carry it and see it through because He gave it to you. Number two, Don't compare your vision with somebody else's vision. I own Power Influence Radio. It is an internet gospel inspirational radio station. There are more internet radio stations, inspirational radio stations out here that have come before me. But there's something that God is calling me to do with that station. And there are people that are called to that station to be on the platform. And there are people that will be listening, that people that listen to that station, that God has ordained to listen at when He told them to listen to it. My only responsibility is to keep going, to protect it, to pray over it, and to push it out in its entirety. When the road gets rough and the winds come, the rains come, the winds blow, the tornado, the whirlwinds, and all of that come, be steadfast and unmovable. They are going to come, but hold fast, keep going, and don't quit. Being a visionary is a calling. Not everybody's a visionary. That means that you are in front and you are leading the way, even when nobody else is following. Be strong and of good courage. God is with you and He trusts you. As long as He's with you and He trusts you with it, keep going. You will not fail. The only way you fail is if you quit. I'm your girl, your homie, your sister from around the way, Lady Tiffany Nicole. Please follow me on Facebook, Lady Tiffany Nicole, Instagram, Lady Tiffany Nicole, CEO, and TikTok, Lady Tiffany Nicole. For the radio station, please download the app, www.powerinfluenceradio.com. It's on Google, Apple. I'm tussling with them. Ain't nothing gonna come easy. But you can always go to www.powerinfluenceradio.com to listen to inspirational music, to get power for your journey. I also am the host of the Virtuous Hour with Lady Tiffany Nicole every Saturday morning on Power Influence Radio. And I have a podcast, Walk by Faith Podcast. It's on all podcast platforms and partner with New Black Wall Street Market Radio. If you would like to be a guest on either of those platforms, please visit www.ladytiffanynicole.com. Fill out the form and fill out a consultation. I provide a free consultation if you need my social media services. Of that video that you saw earlier, you need video production. I'm able to provide a service for you. I cater to small business market because y'all don't have a lot of money and I want to see you win. And I have a package, a service that fits your budget. Listen, don't let money stop you from being great. Don't let your limitations in your mind stop you from being great. You're already great because God said you are. Lady Tiffany Nicole, that's it.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait to connect with you in person. My paper literally
Yes,
book is full of notes today. So thank you for sharing with the visionary conversations with Shayna audience, and oh wow, I'm gonna have to process this, and I'm gonna have my assistant already got some things
listen.
I'm gonna
So
quote you
I
on.
gotta say something to you. You kind of got an overflow because the issue is I've been fasting and praying and seeking God all week. I have to minister tonight. So you're getting my minister hat because I'm ministering tonight for a Good Friday service. So I've been in this vein. So you're getting the pre-flow. So my bad, but
I
there you
receive
go.
it. Thank you. I receive it. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Y'all, once again, Lady Tiffany Nicole, make sure y'all follow her on all social media platforms. Thank you so much, and we'll catch up later, okay?
Absolutely. Be blessed.
Bye. All right, y'all. Wow, I was speechless. Literally, yeah, we're gonna even my first show today. I'm gonna make sure my assistant create some graphics quoting the amazing things that my guests shared today. But I mean, a lot of things resonated with me from Lady Tiffany Nicole, but one of the last things she said was, and not necessarily together, but being a visionary is a calling, right? And as her shirt indicates, you are chosen, right? You are chosen. Everyone isn't chosen. Everyone isn't chosen. You're one of the chosen ones. So continue to live in your purpose, continue to walk in your purpose, continue to manifest the purpose and the vision that the Most High has blessed, not nobody else with, but has blessed you with. All right. Thank y'all once again. We will return in 2 weeks. What's that on April? What's 2 weeks from today? April 21st. Yeah, my brain about to start going some other places because next month is my birthday month. Okay, so this month here is gonna be real crazy before birthday season takes effect. But thank y'all once again for tuning in to Visionary Conversations with Shanna. And as always, you can connect with me via my website, shanajefferson.com, as well as on all social media platforms, Shanna A. Jefferson. Y'all continue to have an amazing, amazing Good Friday and happy Easter to each and every one of you. Love and greatness. Bye.